Well, good morning and welcome back here to the Walker Natatorium for the Parkway Valentine's Invitational. And this morning, we're going to start things off with the next generation of stars. It'll be the 10 and unders. We will have several different events for each of these youngsters to compete in as we get set to go here this morning. My name is Matt Judkins. Happy to bring you the action along with Kevin Girth. He's at the controls. And this meet here this morning, again, we've got teams from Parkway, Rockwood, Heat, Hannibal in the meet here this weekend. Of course, this is the youngsters here this morning. We'll start things off. Let me give you the rundown here real quick. It'll be the 100-yard breaststroke for the girls, then the boys. It'll alternate girl, boy, girl, boy. The 50-yard backstroke for the girls, then the boys. Then it'll be the 100-yard butterfly, girls, boys. 50-yard freestyle for the young ladies, and then the young men. And that's how we'll end things up here this morning before we move on to the 11 and 12-year-olds in the next session after this. But a couple of people we want to point out this morning, thanking them for all the hard work they've done to make sure this meet goes off without a hitch. Ruth Price is the meet director. She has coordinated everything. Blair Porter's the marshal. He just gave all these youngsters the instructions for the morning to make sure that everything runs smoothly and we follow all of the safety and health protocols set aside to make sure this meet can continue to happen. Of course, Parkway head coach John David Williford as well. They organized all of this, and we couldn't get this done without the volunteers. We want to thank all the volunteers who stepped in behind the blocks this morning and our timing, as well as all the volunteers that helped put the meet on. Sonny Headley, Tricia Hager, Julia Hillsman this morning as well, working the tables. We got our first shout out of the morning. Good luck today to Layla Herzl. You're watching from Florida. That's Grandma and Grandpa, that's Joyce Restivo. So now, if you've been with us throughout any of the last several weeks and back in the fall when we covered a couple of the Parkway meets, you can send us a note right here on the live chat. That is adjacent to your screen there on this Parkway YouTube channel, which we want to encourage everybody to like, share, and subscribe to. We'll continue to let everybody know how we're doing in that department throughout the weekend. So make sure we do that. You can also send me a text at 314-369-3289. Let me know your name and the swimmer that you'd like to give a shout out to. Maybe a little anecdote about somebody like, hey, they've got a dog named Jim, or they also play basketball. So right now, our subscription's up over 620. Again, by the end of the weekend, we'd like to get that to about 700. So if we can get over 650 today, that'd be tremendous. Make sure you tell your friends, your relatives, brothers and sisters that are out there watching. Good luck to Claire Spiegel. This is Aunt Jenny in New Jersey. So we definitely know that they've had their fair share of snow here over the last couple of weeks. We're getting some here in the St. Louis area this morning, Jen Zoller. So we're joining what they have out there on the East Coast. But once again, we're just about set to go. We're going to do some final preliminary items here on our end. You can watch the sights and the sounds, and we'll bring you the action here in just a moment. One thing I will point out today, if you were with us last night, the events went from the fastest swimmers to the slower swimmers, including the swimmers who did not have any previous established times. That's very typical for distance events. Today, we will do it the opposite way. The swimmers with no times will all go first, and then the slower preliminary times or entry times, it will go up to build up to the final heats where the fastest swimmers will be. And you'll see that throughout the course of our events here this morning. So we are just about set to go. The referees have blown the whistle. We want to thank all the officials for being here this weekend. As we get set to go, this will be heat number 1 of 5 in the 100-yard breaststroke. 6 competitors in this one, ranging in lanes 2 through 7. On your screen, the top of the screen is lane number 1. They will ascend up to lane number 8 at the bottom of your screen. And right now, let me give you our competitors in this race. It's Hannah Meisinger. She's from Rockwood. She's an 8-year-old in lane number 2. Abby Woldridge. She's in lane number 3 from Rockwood. She's 9 years old, along with her fellow Rockwood teammate, Bailey German. She's in lane number 4. Parkway 9-year-old Ann Irwin in lane number 5. Rockwood 9-year-old Chloe Cook in lane 6. And Kylie Morrison, just a 7-year-old, in lane number 7. A lot of shout-outs already this morning. Love to see it. Grandma Joel Schultz says, good luck, Parker S. So that'll be coming up. Go, Amelia. That's from Curtis Reese. That'll be coming up. Let's go, Rockwood. Heat up the pool. That's from Chanda Zirkelbach. We heard her chime in a couple of times last night. Good luck, Ben Hadfield. Let's love Mom, Dad, Liam, and Jocelyn. We're happy to have them joining us today. Good luck, Aline from Darla Gia. Pale Patel. Good luck, Mira. Go, Rockwood. Michael says, good luck to Claire Spiegel. Nancy Grawl, good luck to William Grawl. Mimi and Papa from Florida. So we've got a lot of people from Florida. We're jealous of them, of course, because it's snowing here today. Nonetheless, have a great swim, Parker Schultz. That's from Delaware. Once again, go Kylie. That's Mary Liston. She chimed in a number of times last night. And then go Kylie. Love the Hatfields. So Stephanie Hatfield. Thanks to all those folks. And that's from our message board. And a couple of more shout-outs. The Robic kids, Grandma and Grandpa, they're going to be watching Colby, Peyton, and Parker throughout the course of the weekend. First one's in now. First one into the wall. Lane number 6 and a fast time was Chloe Cook. 1:51.35 for that 9-year-old. She establishes a nice time to start things off. We'll be looking for these kids to get some of those time cuts as they want to get those B times, those A times, and that initial time there from Cook well into that B range. So congratulations to her for achieving that time. Also, Swim Hard, Clark, Kylie, and Max Montgomery. That's from Eliza. She's watching from Florida, so hello to them. Go Mitchell from Sarah Stanley. Jan Thousand. Go William Grawl, Nana and Papa. So thanks to all those folks for chiming in. So we are just about done with this one. Last couple of competitors coming in. Second place in that heat, lane number 5 was Ann Irwin. Lane number 4, Bailey German. Nice time of 2:23.65. Lane number 7 was Kylie Morrison, 2:31.36, just a 7-year-old. You know, sometimes for a 7-year-old, it's just important for them to complete the circuit. And rounding things out as we come in here will be Abby Woolridge. She was in lane 3, and Hannah Meisinger. She's in lane 2. She's finishing up, getting a lot of encouragement from her coaches. One of the things the officials also do, you know, part of their job is to point out mistakes, but then they'll go back to the coaches and say, here's what this young lady or this young man did, so then the coaches can help correct it. Very much a learning curve for these youngsters right now. Go to Cousin William. Eloise and Oliver in Colorado saying hello. They're watching from Manila. That's Leah. Good job, Parkway, and good luck, Chloe Bellin. David Pulliam. Good luck, Tyson B. and Noah B. from David Becca, Jairus, and Bliss. So thank you to all those folks. And Logan, you got this. Love you. That's from Lisa Atkins. So some nice chime-ins this morning. Love to see these folks, and I think it means a lot to these little kids. They'll get to go back and watch this at a later date. Tyson Turbo Brooks, get after it, buddy. That's with his sisters, Noah and Lucy. As we start heat number 2 here, full slate in this one. We've got all 8 lanes going. Vivian Borgmeyer in lane number 1. We saw her last night. Evie McDowell in lane number 2 from Parkway. Amelia Reese, she's in lane number 3 from Parkway. Kelly Stricker, also from Parkway, a 10-year-old in lane number 4. Aline Gia, she is in lane number 5 from Parkway. Sadie Patterson, lane 6, a 10-year-old. Lucy Fox, 9-year-old from Parkway in lane 7. And then rounding things out in lane number 8, also a 9-year-old from Rockwood, Abby Ross. So, well, Joyce, they want you to bring the hammer. That's from Beth Stone this morning, so bring that hammer. Swim Hard, Lucy Fox from Grammy, so hello to them. And Aubrey Z, your cat Lucky is watching, so you got to perform well for the cat. Nice shout out from Mary Liston as well to all the officials and all the volunteers and all the coaches. Agreed on all fronts with Mary Liston. Thanks to all them for allowing the kids to have this event and working hard to put this on. Go Josie. Good luck. That's from Jennifer Reeves. As these youngsters continue to compete now. Lane number 6, well out in front here. This is Sadie Patterson. She's a 10-year-old from Rockwood. She wears that bright blue cap, that navy or that royal blue cap. Makes the turn to come back now on this last 50. Best established time thus far was 1:51.35. That was a B time from Chloe Cook, the 9-year-old from Rockwood, and that was in heat number one here in this event. A couple of swimmers right in behind her from Parkway. Lane 1 is Borgmeyer, and then lane 4 is Stricker. As these swimmers come up to the wall now. That B time, if you're wondering, in this one, 1:58.09. So our first swimmer in will get that time. 1:57.62 for Sadie Patterson. She'll achieve that B time. Way to go. Second place in the heat at 2 minutes, 0.52. Lane number 8, Abby Ross. Lane number 3, 2 minutes, 0.92. That's Borgmeyer. Lane number 4 in fourth place is Stricker, followed by Fox in lane 7 as they all start to round things out. McDowell in lane 2.
Swimmers exit the pool.
And lane 5, Aline Gia. We might have had a soft touch on one of the pads. So you might hear me mention that, and so trying to pay attention to all the different things that are going on. As Amelia Reese rounds things out in lane 3. But if I mention a soft touch, sometimes the swimmers won't touch the pad hard enough to get their time registered. So want to make sure they do that. Go Abby McGuire, you got this. That's from Julie McGuire, and then Melissa Ganem saying go Aviana. And here's our rundown here in this next heat, which is heat number 3. Josephine Gettemeyer, she's a 9-year-old from Heat in lane number 1. Hadley Morrison, an 8-year-old from Rockwood in lane number 2. Alexa Sikorsky, she is from Parkway, 10-year-old in lane 3. Heidi Habestro, lane 4, 10-year-old from Parkway. The 10-year-old from Rockwood in lane 5 is Addison Lehman. Abby Cook, she is in lane 6. She's from Rockwood and an 8-year-old. Aubrey Zirkelbach, she is in lane 7. She's in a 10-year-old from Rockwood, and Aviana Ganem, lane number 8, a 9-year-old from Parkway. And these swimmers all have established times already. Fastest time coming in, lane number 4 from Haberstroh at 2:06.38 as they get ready to complete their first lap. Swim hard, Hadley. Love the Hadfields, and go Hadley as well from Mary Liston. Beth Petrie saying go Addison, and from Grammy and Grampy in Arkansas. So we're getting them from all around the country so far here. Shout out as well to Catherine Carr, 10 and under 100 breast, heat 5. She'll be coming up. The Chelsea are cheering her on. Swim, swim fast. We want to see that from these youngsters. I'm going to tell you something. What Mr. Girth and I have discovered is these youngsters that get shout out somehow are able to channel that energy. They can't hear us. They're going to get to go home and watch this later, but their times seem to drop, so we want to hear them. They also drop if you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We hear that time and time again. Go Alexa. We're cheering for you. That's Amy Sikorsky. And go William. You can do it. Right out, well out and ahead here in this particular heat in lane number 4 is Haberstroh. Again, she came in with the fastest time at 2:06.38. She's looking to shatter that one, trying to go under that 1:58 mark, and see if she can't get that B time. Looks like she's going to do it, folks. She'll come in under 1:55. Nice run for her. She clocks things out in lane number 4. She'll take first place in the heat. 1:53.57. Nice job for Heidi, as she'll get that B time achievement. Next competitor in at 1:55.35 also, Aviana Gangham, and she also gets that B time. So, just off of the B time. She missed it just slightly. Third place in the heat, lane number 7 is Zirkelbach. Nice swim for her at 1:59.79. All these youngsters dropping significant time in their heat. 2:04.03 for Cook in lane number 6 as she drops 8 seconds. Lane number 5 was Lehman. She came in 5th. Lane number 6 was 6th place was Sikorsky in lane number 3, and then rounding things out, Gettemeyer and Morrison. So nice job, ladies, on that one. We move to heat number 4. Julia Bucci in lane number 1, just an 8-year-old from Rockwood. Lucia Wires, she is in lane number 2, a 10-year-old from Parkway. Abby McGuire, she's in lane 3 from Rockwood, a 10-year-old. Her teammate, also a 10-year-old, Katie Krause in lane 4. Chloe Bellin, she is from Rockwood in lane 5. She's a 9-year-old. Erica Shin from Parkway and Lucy Favaza in Parkway, a couple of 10-year-olds in lane 6 and 7. And then Ting Ting Zhao, she is in lane 8. An 8-year-old from Rockwood. A couple of B times coming into this one. Krause and Bellin in lane 4 and 5. Both have that B establishment, and right behind them, but just off of the B times, are Shin and McGuire in lane 6 and 3, respectively. Right now, Swimming hard and fast in lane number 5 is Chloe Bellin. She got a shout out a moment ago. A couple more to go here. Francesca says, go Julia. Giorgio says, Julia Bacci from Grandma and Grandpa in the Cayman Islands. Well, we really are jealous of them. They chimed in last night as well. Go Erica from Dad. That's Gilbert Shin. Also says, go Lucia from Kyle Wires. And Gilbert Shin says, go Erica from Dad. So he chimed in 3 times. So he's trying to get triple the energy. See if she can't get that B time. Right now she's doing very well in lane number 6, staying right in the hip pocket of Bellin now as they touch the wall, and they're going to come back the other way. Time to beat right now, 153.57. That would be, or excuse me, 151.35. That would be Chloe Cook, who swam that back in the first heat. They're looking to go under that and try and see if they can't move up the rankings on that B or a double B time. They're coming down to the wall. Looks like it'll be lane number 6 or lane number 5. It'll be Bellin in this one. Significant time drop for her. Followed close in behind by Shin. So those triple cheers paid off for her. 145.91 and 147.42 on those particular swims, just off of the double B time for Bellin, significantly into that B though. So nice job. We'll round things out here. 3rd place in the heat came in lane number 3 for Abby McGuire. She is right on that B time as well. She got it. 4th place in the heat in lane number 4 was Kraus, followed closely in behind by Wires and Bucci, and then in 7th place it was Zhao, followed by Favaza. Nice job to all the ladies in that race. Some B times achieved. Now we here come with the final heat. We'll have some fast swimmers in this one. Starting things off, just a 7-year-old, Emma DeBosch. She's in lane number 1, already with a B time for that young 7-year-old. Esther Borgmeyer, she's in lane 2. She's a 10-year-old from Parkway. Catherine Carr, 9-year-old from Rockwood in lane 3. Gabby Green from Parkway, a 9-year-old in lane 4. She's got an A time at 1:31.28. She's the fastest prelim time. Lauren McCall, she's a 10-year-old from Parkway in lane 5. Jane Muirhead in lane number 6, a 10-year-old from Rockwood. Fellow 10-year-old Kylie Montgomery is in lane 7 from Parkway, and then Kate Wagner, the 9-year-old, in lane number 8. All these swimmers have an established time of at least a B. Couple 4 double Bs with Borgmeyer, Carr, McCall, and Muirhead, and then Green with that A time. Let's go, Lauren McCall. Woo, Chloe from Leah C. So let's see if these young ladies can't drop some time here. Right now, stretching it out, lane number 5 is Lauren McCall. She's looking to go. She wants to get that A time as well, coming right behind Green. Green right in her hip pocket as they both touch the wall. Nice underwater now by Green, and she's caught up to McCall. They're going to do battle right down to the end, folks. Let's see what happens here as they hit halfway down the pool. We've got a battle now for first place in the overall win in the event. Time to beat 145.9 from Bellin in the previous heat. This is going to come right down to it, folks. They're inside the flag. It's Green and McCall. Green and McCall. First one to touch, it's going to be Green. She'll come in just ahead of McCall. Just out touches her at the wall. 129.89. 130 flat for McCall. A couple of A times there. Great swims, young lady, for them. And now we got some more moving up the ranks. In lane number 2, it'll be Borgmeyer. Followed close in behind in lane number 6 by Muirhead. 5th place in that heat in lane 3 will go to Carr. 6th place will go to Montgomery. The 7-year-old DeBosch in lane number 1, 148. She'll drop more than a second on her time. And Kate Wagner also with a nice drop of 4 seconds in lane number 8. Congratulations to all those young ladies. A times all the way around with Gabby Green just out touching McCall. An exciting finish inside the flags to capture the first place title. So again, those shout-outs happen. They work. You see those swimmers coming in strong at the end. They're channeling that energy. Grandma and Grandpa watching their granddaughter, Heidi from Florida. Rick Haberstroh. Now we go to the boys. The boys are going to have 5 heats, folks. We're going to start off now with a couple of young men, or several young men, I should say, that do not have an established time yet. It'll be 4 competitors in this one. Owen Walk and Benjamin Sala, a couple of 8-year-olds from Rockwood. They're in lanes 3 and 4. Henry Samet in lane 5. He's an 8-year-old. And then just a 6-year-old, young Christian Harrison from Rockwood in lane number 6. But right now, this young man here in lane number 5, Henry Samet, he is really taking care of business. Let's go to the Lewis crew. Proud of you, Riley, Ryder, and Bentley. That's from Mom and Dad. They're very proud of their youngsters. But right now, I want to tell you what, somebody's putting this on. He has no established time in this one, young Henry Samet, and he's doing quite well. He's going to touch the wall well ahead of everybody else right now. Fastest time in this event coming in is Cole Strom. He'll swim in heat number 5 at 1:30.66. Cole has a double B time. Right now, this young man here, Henry Samet, looking to at least get a B time, if not a double B time. B time in this one would be 1:53.99. 1:41.69 is that double B time. And he is on pace. He's got to get to the wall. He's definitely on pace to get that B time in his first time ever swimming the event. 1:53.39, a time to get. He'll get well under that by several seconds. Congratulations to young Henry at 1:48.15. Nice job for him in his first time out, achieving a B standard. And, of course, for the youngsters, even the 6-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 7-year-olds, 8-year-olds, they go with the 10 and under time standard. For those of you who didn't know that. And you can get that time standard right on that Parkway website.
Swimmers exit the pool.
Second place in that heat in lane number 3 was Locke, followed in there by Sala and then Harrison in fourth place, all with nice times, all under 2.5 minutes for their first time ever out. So way to go to those young men. Now we'll go to heat number 2. Just 5 swimmers in this one. We've got a couple of scratches, of course, with the weather today. That does not surprise me. And, parents still a little leery. They don't want their kids being out and getting too overly exposed to potential COVIDs. But nonetheless, Jackson Copass, he was a good swimmer last night. We saw him compete. The 9-year-old from Rockwood, he's in lane 1. Dexter Wong from Parkway, the 10-year-old, in lane number 2. Lane 4 is Parker Schultz, 10-year-old from Parkway, followed by his 2 10-year-old teammates from Parkway, Mitchell Stanley in 5 and Grant Miggett in lane number 6. A couple more shout-outs. Go Christian. That's from Mary Liston. Let's go Josie. That was Mama. Jackie Gettemeyer and Jennifer Gutierrez says good luck to Jacob Corbett. We'll have him in just a few moments. Right now, middle of the pool, lane number 5, stretching it out a little bit, is Mitchell Stanley. Again, these young men, all 5 of these competitors do not have a previously established time. He'll be the first one to touch. Nice split for him at 54.80. He keeps up that pace, and he will be well under that B time standard. Coming on strong up in lane number 1 is Copass. He's got good technique. He's really closing the gap considerably. One of the things we understand about the breaststroke as we start to learn about swimming, me not being a traditional swimmer, more of a stick and ball guy, if you will, growing up, is that this stroke here is extremely technical. You will see the officials raise their hand. That typically means there was some type of infraction committed. It requires a lot of moving parts, and you have to get them all right. First, to get the technique to make sure you do the stroke correctly, and then how do you get speed when you do that? Well, the 2 out in front right now, Stanley and Copass, have figured out just how to do that. Again, they want to go under that 1:53.39. No one going to get that standard here in this one, but nonetheless, good times, again, established across the board for all these 9 and 10-year-olds here in this one. 1:57.72 for Stanley. Nice job for him. 2:05.70 up in that top lane by Jackson Copass in second place. Schultz in lane number 4. Coming in third in the heat. Followed in closely behind lane number 6 by Miggett, and then Wong will round things out in lane number 2. So nice job to these young men. Swimmers will now exit the pool, and now we've got some youngsters who do have established times as they'll step up onto the blocks. We'll start things off with Jace McLaughlin. He is in lane number 1 from Rockwood. He's a 10-year-old. Looks like we're going to have a scratch out on that one unless he's late arriving. Still letting a couple more swimmers come into the mix here as the previous heat clears the pool. So lane number 1 will be vacated. So we'll have lanes 2 through 8 here in this one. It'll be Evan Drzkowski. He's a Rockwood swimmer at 8 years old in lane number 2. Cameron Wellick, he had a nice swim last night. He's in lane number 3, the 10-year-old for Parkway. Adric Bextermuller, nice swimmer from last night as well. Just a 7-year-old. He's in lane number 4 from Rockwood. Zachary Tixon, he is in lane number 5, Parkway 10-year-old. Ryan Blom, he is in lane number 6 from Parkway, 9-year-old. His teammates, Tyson Brooks and Ryan Shallum, a couple of 10-year-olds from Parkway, in lanes number 7 and 8. Fastest established time coming into this one is Bextermuller with 2:05.66. He'd like to decrease that by about 7 seconds and see if he can't get into that B time. Again, just a 7-year-old. Impressive to me as a spectator, just watching the youngsters complete this one. Anyone under 10-year-old takes some strength and technique to do that, but then to try to go out and achieve those times, very, very, very exceptional athleticism. Giorgio says, let's go, Evan. Let's push it a little bit. Dennis Thousand, swim hard to William. Go, Zachary, from Eric Dixon. And David Pulliam, go, Tyson. And Eric, I hope I pronounced your last name correctly. If not, shoot us a note on the text message. You may have noticed if you downloaded the heat sheets from the Parkway website for the meet and you're following in tow just a couple of moments ago, Henry Salmon, who right now has the fastest time in this event thus far. He's got Mets-Oz listed. That's the former Edwardsville team. Their team disbanded, so they're forming a new club, and right now that's the Metro East. So that's what that stands for, is my understanding. So nonetheless, coming from the east side of the river, nice job to young Henry. Of course, great swimmers over there from Edwardsville, and they've got that wonderful Chuck Fruit Aquatic Center pool, the 50-meter pool that we've seen so many events at. Now, coming right down to it here at the end, Brooks in lane number 7, looking to go under that time of 1:53.39, and he'll do it. He'll do it there. He'll get that. Will he get the B time? Did he nail it? He is just off the B time, 1:53.53. But nice job by Tyson Brooks to get that first place in the heat. Followed in behind him, 1:56.90 in lane number 3 was Cameron Wellick. Again, another good swim for him as he drops 12 seconds off his previous best time. Third place in lane 4, Bextermuller, as he also drops time as well. Drzkowski, lane number 2, he gets 4th place. 5th place in lane number 5 was Tixon, and lane number 6 was Blom, followed by Shallow. That rounds everything out. Nicole Grawl says, let's go, William. You got this. Love Mom. Go, Lauren. Love Auntie and Granddad from Michigan. So our first one's chiming in from an even colder Great White North. Go, William Shadow. Go, go, go. That's from Jan Thousand. And again, a lot of shout-outs coming in. Go, Ryder and Benny Lewis. That's from Pops. That's your dad. He's chiming in. And bring the heat, Lewis crew. Savvy and Scarlett. So now we move up a little bit in speed. Right now, time to beat 1:48.15. That was turned back in by Samet way back in heat number 1. We've got some folks here who just may be able to do that. Let's list these down. Lane number 1 is Cyrus Saeed. He has vacated, so he will not be in the event. Jacob Corbett, he got a shout-out a couple minutes ago, and that shout-out propelling him right now. He's a body length ahead of everyone as they come in and touch the wall. Abram Shank, of course, his father here officiating today, and number of shout-outs from his mother and his siblings throughout last night as he swam well. He's in lane 3. Bentley Lewis just got a shout-out a moment ago. He's an 8-year-old. He's in lane number 4. Dothresh Colley, he swam well last night, the 8-year-old from Rockwood in lane number 5. Lane 6 has William Grawl, got the shout-out. He's swimming good. Lane 7, and then Ryder Lewis also got the shout-out a moment ago, the 10-year-old from Rockwood. A couple of Lewises in this one, an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. Right now, first one off the wall, coming back the other way. well ahead of the pack. There's Corbett in lane number 2. Again, looking to beat his previous best of 157.79. He's going to go well under that. In fact, he may be breathing right around that double B time, and he does. He'll get that double B time. Nice job for that young man. He'll come in under 141, which is the cut for that. Cut for the B time, 153. So 137.92 for Corbett. Nice swim for him. Couple of more B times coming in there. In lane number 4, it's Lewis. In lane number 5, it's Colley. Lane number 6, it's Bauer. All very strong. Lane number 3 is Shank. All of them getting that B time. Way to go, young men. Great job. And then rounding things out, Lewis and Rawl. But a great job getting those B times for all those young men as they step up. Come up big in that one, and their first double B time here in this event for the young men. Jacob Corbett. All right, final heat now in this one. Full slate, all 8 lanes occupied at the top of the block. Trey Cottle. He's a 10-year-old from Parkway. He'll be in lane number 1. Grayson Langdon. We saw him swim well last night. The 9-year-old from Parkway in lane number 2. Daniel Sattler also swam well for Rockwood. He's a 10-year-old in lane 3. Cole Strom, fastest preliminary time at 1:30.66. He's from Parkway, and a 10-year-old. Mason Mollering, we know he can go low at 1:33.49. He'd look to get all the way down into that A time. He's in lane 5. Evan Saget, he's in lane 6 from Parkway, a 10-year-old. Graham Hall from Rockwood, he's a 9-year-old in lane number 7. And then Mir Patel in lane number 8 from Rockwood. A lot of these youngsters got shout-outs over the course of the last couple of minutes. So Swim William, lane number 7 for the win. The Thousands, Oliver, Eloise, Uncle Ryan, and Aunt Aaron. Way to go. Go William. That's from Mimi. That's Nancy Grawl. Great job. Tyson Brooks, Pops, Yaya, and Jesse. Go Jacob. Jennifer Gutierrez saying go Jacob. Let's go Grayson and Cole. That's Mark Langdon. Go Mir. We got a shout out for him just a moment ago. We get another one. Now go Cole, and that's Love Mom. That's Deborah Strom. Way to go Jacob from Jennifer Gutierrez and Molly Mollering saying go Mason. Dee Dee and Grandpa are watching. So way to go right now. First one off the wall, coming back down into the home stretch. As you might expect, Cole Strom, he came in with the fastest preliminary time. Right in behind him is Daniel Sattler, followed by Mollering and Saget in lanes number 5 and 6. Again, some of these youngsters looking to get another time achievement here in this one. 129.99. If they can get under it, that would be the A time, and I think he will be under that. First one in there. 127.75 for Strom, and he will get that A time. Second place in that heat goes to Sattler. He'll have a solid double B time, so he'll remain in that one. He'll drop 6 seconds off his previous best. Lane number 5 was Mason Mollering, just right off of his previous best time, but still a solid double B time. Fourth place in the heat goes to Saget, as he'll drop 7 seconds off his previous best. Fifth place in the heat in lane number 2 is Langdon. Langdon drops 5 seconds. Sixth place in the heat, lane number 7, a drop of 6 seconds for Graham. Lane number 1 comes in 7th place at 1:39.76. Nice job for that young man, Trey Cottle. And then Mir Patel comes in at 1:47.27. He drops a half a second. So congratulations to all of those youngsters as they really competed hard in that one, and a number of drops across the board for those youngsters, getting all of those double B times, and then achieving that B time, continuing at that B time is Patel. So that's how we'll round things out the breaststroke. Again, another A time here in this one. We had 2 A times for the girls in that first event with Green and McCall as they battled right down to the end, and then Cole Strom, he shatters it, and he gets that A time as well in heat lane number 4, heat number 3. All right, now we go into some speed. It's going to be hard for me to keep up with this, folks. So go Lighten is your first meet. Mimi is proud in Arizona. Go Abby Ross. That's from Carrie Ross. And Give It Your Best, Addison. That's from Beth Petrie. I'm going to try and keep up with this, folks, but I'm going to tell you something. This 50 backstroke, this is going to be speed to burn as we get ready with the young ladies now. It's a down and backstroke. 46.99. That is the B time. Lighten Timmerman, she's in lane number 3. She's a 7-year-old from Parkway. And, of course, she just got that shout out a moment ago from Debbie Bertram's Bridget Devine. She is a 9-year-old for Parkway in lane number 4, and then Jillian Clark in lane number 5, an 8-year-old for Parkway. So here they go. They'll touch the wall.
Heat 7, report to the bullpen. Heat 7.
46.99. That is your B time, folks. All three of these youngsters, 7, 8, and 9, Timmerman, Clark, and Devine, respectively. Devine, the 9-year-old, she's got about a half a body length lead there in lane number 4 here in this heat. But Clark coming on really strong here. Go Hannah Meisinger from Uncle Tori and Ann Alicia. Good luck, Aline from the Schmidt family in North Dakota. Currently, well, if you're watching the message board, you know how cold it is. Of course, it's one of those where you can throw the hot water outside and it'll freeze immediately. Minus 39 wind chill in North Dakota. Well, I'm glad, Dana, that I am not with you. It's cold enough here at 2 degrees on my car thermometer to drive in this morning. We see these youngsters coming in, 55, 59 there in lane number 4 for Bridget Devine. Nice time for her. Also, right just over a minute. Lane number 2 was Timmerman, and just over 106 in lane number 3 for Jillian Clark. So nice job to all those young ladies as we get set now for the second heat. Again, this one will be stacked with swimmers who do not have established times yet. We'll have seven swimmers in the heat. Lane number 1 at the top of your screen, all the way down to lane number 7 at the bottom of your screen. Clara Becker's in lane number 1, the 9-year-old from Parkway, a fellow 9-year-old Chloe Cook from Rockwood in lane number 9. We saw her go low with a B time in her first ever breaststroke event, in that 100-yard breaststroke. Amelia Reese, she's in lane 3, a 10-year-old from Parkway. Her 3 Parkway teammates, also 10-year-old, Aline Gia, Claire Spiegel, and Evie McDowell in lanes 4, 5, and 6. And then Bailey German from Rockwood, the 9-year-old, in lane number 7. Middle of the pool right now on that backstroke in lane number 4 is Gia. And she's a little bit ahead. And she just got a shout out for her saying, go, Aline. Have fun swimming, Aline. Nay, nay, and yee yee watching in from North Dakota. Woo! I'm cold just thinking about it. Go Hannah from Carrie Ziegler, and go Aline.
Swimmers exit the pool.
First one in there, as we might expect, 51.01, just off of that B time, but a nice established first time from Gia. Second place in the heat. Spiegel followed again by McDowell, German, Cook, Becker, and Reese. That's how we round things out in that heat. So nice job to those young ladies. 51.01, our fastest established time thus far. We'll flip the page here on our heat sheet as we go into heat number 3 now. All these young ladies with established time. Again, some of them looking to see if they can't get under that B-cut wire. Lanes number 2 and 3 will be vacated. It'll be Sydney Rakers, lane number 1, a 10-year-old from Parkway. Parkway swimmer, 9-year-old Riley Ayers in lane number 4. Addison Lehman in lane number 5 from Rockwood. Parkway's Emmy Rye in lane number 6. Alexa Sikorsky in lane number 7 from Parkway. And the 8-year-old Hannah Meisinger, she just got that shout out a moment ago from Rockwood in lane number 8. Couple more to go. Go Hannah, love Julie and Jeff. Fast swim Addison Lehman, that's from Beth Petrie. Then go Claire Spiegel. Go Dubke, love Aunt Jenny and Josie. Grandma Joni loves Claire Spiegel, go Claire. Big fun here today at the Walker Natatorium. We're enjoying watching these youngsters compete. They get out of the house a little bit. Moms and dads are probably happy to get them out of the little bit of COVID relief. First one into the wall here, lane number 5, time of 51.24 for Lehman. She's going to drop almost 9 seconds off of her previous best time. Second place in the heat in lane number 1 was Rakers, 54.55. Lane number 7 is Sikorsky, followed in behind her by Ayers in lane 4. And rounding things out will be Meisinger here in lane number 8 as she touches the wall. Nice job to those young ladies. Heat 4 is going to jump into the pool now. This one loaded with 7 and 8-year-olds and 9-year-olds. No 10-year-olds in this particular heat. Full slate here, 8 across. Top of your screen to the bottom, it's Hadley Morrison from Rockwood in lane number 1. Lillian Timmerman, she is in lane number 2. She's from Parkway, and her Parkway teammate Lucy Fox is in lane 3. Rockwood swimmer Kylie Morrison in lane 7. Emma DeBosch in lane number 5. Saw her swim that breaststroke a moment ago. Audrey Barnes is in lane number 6 from Parkway. Her teammate Sarah Morgan is in lane 7, and Josephine Gittemeyer is in lane number 8 from Heat. 3 9-year-olds in this one. Those are Fox, Morgan, and Gittemeyer. 3 8-year-olds into Morrison, Timmerman, and Barnes. And then in the middle of the pool, in lanes 4 and 5, Morrison and DeBosch, respectively, are the 7-year-olds. Right now, front running in this one, Audrey Barnes. She came in 53.79 with her preliminary time. Right now, she's going to go well under that.
Report to the bullpen.
Talking about that 50 backstroke B time, it's 46.99. Let's see if somebody's going to get under that one. She's going to be awfully close, 47.50 for Barnes, so a nice time for her. She'll drop over 6 seconds on that previous best. Tremendous drop. And a new established best time here in this one. Second place in the heat coming in lane number 2 was Timmerman. Third place in the heat in lane number 5, DeBosch with a 53.36 just off her previous best time. Fourth place in the heat is Fox. Fifth and 6th, Morgan and Gittemeyer. And 7th is Morrison. I think I missed Timmerman on that one, but nonetheless, nice job to all those young ladies for a hard swim. Heat number 5, 8 across the board. A couple of these young swimmers just off of that B time. We'll start off with Abby Woldbridge, in lane number 1 from Rockwood. She's a 9-year-old. Ting Ting Zhao, lane number 2 from Rockwood, an 8-year-old. Her 2 teammates are 9-year-olds. They're Abby Ross and Kate Wagner. They're in lanes 3 and 4. The 8-year-old, a couple of 8-year-olds from Rockwood as well. Abby Cook and Julia Bucci in lanes 5 and 6. Lucia Wires from Parkway in lane number 7, and Erica Shin in lane number 8. A couple of 10-year-olds from Parkway. A lot of shout-outs to give now. Grandma Joni loves Claire Spiegel. We got that one. Go City. Love Aunt Mackie. Go Aviana. You got this. Go Lillian, Mimi and Papa. We're proud of you in Arizona right now. Lane number 6, though. Fast one out of this one. This is Julia Bucci. Go Sarah Morgan from Uncle Brian. Let's go Rockwood. Bring the speed. Great announcing. Well, that we got to say great pictures as well to Kevin Gareth. We want to give him that shout out. Go Erica from Dad. And go Lucia from Kylie Wire. So here we go in this one. First one into the wall. Abby Ross. Fast time for her. 47.01. Just off, just missing that time, but she does drop 2.5 seconds. Second place in that heat in lane number 8 was Shin, followed by lane number 6, Wires. Then lane number 2, Zhao. Wagner and Cooker, 5th and 6th. 7th was Wires, Bucci came in 3rd. My apologies, I got that one wrong. The 8-year-old, and then rounding things out is Woldridge in lane number 1. So 47.01 now, the time to beat again. That B time is 46.99, so she was just 0.02 of a second off of it. Number of B times in this one, as we now have 7 swimmers in this event. Lane number 1 is vacated. Lane 2, Addison Howard, a 9-year-old from Parkway, 9-year-old from Rockwood, Chloe Bellin in lane number 3. 10-year-old from Rockwood, Abby McGuire in lane 4. Parkway's Aviana Ganem, she just got a shout out a moment ago. She's a 9-year-old in lane 5. Sadie Patterson in lane 6. Ann Irwin in lane 7 from Parkway, a 9-year-old. And Kylie Montgomery, she is an 8-year-old from Parkway in lane number 8. All but Montgomery have that B time already, and she's looking to get it right now. She's cruising in lane number 8. She will come in really close in behind the front runner in this one, Bellin, and Bellin with an established tremendous time of 39.47. So great job for her. She drops almost over 6 seconds off of her previous best time, and that will put her into the double B range. So nice job. All these other youngsters coming in under that B range. Great job to these young ladies. Second place in the heat will go to lane number 8, Montgomery. She was the only one with a previous note. Did not have a B time. She does now. She drops 5 seconds, comes in at 42.80. Third place and fourth place in the heat are Ganem and McGuire. Fifth place in lane number 2 is Howard. 6th and 7th and 6th and 7 lanes are Patterson and Irwin. Heat number 7. Full slate here. 8 lanes. Lucy Favazza in lane number 1. from Parkway, a 10-year-old. Eleni Bextemuller in lane 2, and Vivian Borgmeyer in lane number 3. There are a couple of 9-year-olds from Rockwood and Parkway, respectively. 2 Rockwood 10-year-olds, Jane Muirhead and Katie Kraus in lane 4 and 5. Parkway 10-year-olds, Heidi Haberstroh and Lillian Palish. She is in lane number 6 and 7, respectively. And then Ellery Mueller, she's a 9-year-old from Rockwood in lane number 9. Go Lucy, that's from Jack Favaza. Go Chloe Bellin, that's from Tita Lee. Go Parkway from Peyton Robick. Go Aviana, you got this. That's from Grandma and Grandpa. Go Avi and go Lucia. So I think we're caught up now on our shout-outs now as we come down. 4 swimmers, maybe 5, right in contesting position to win this heat. Lane number 6 right now, just a little bit ahead. That's Haberstroh. We saw her swim hard and well earlier. First one to touch is going to be lane number 5. It'll be Kraus. Kraus, previous best time of 43.47. She's well under that at 41.74. Nice job for her. Coming in closely behind her at 42.08 was Haberstroh, so she'll drop time as well. Third place at 42.46, a new established best for the third place finisher in this one, Muirhead in lane number 4. So great job for all these young ladies as they'll keep those beat times and they'll all drop just a little bit. Palish in 4th place, followed by Bextemuller, Miller, Favaza, and Borgmeyer. Nice job to all those young ladies. Time to beat right now, 39.47 in this one. That was turned in by Chloe Bellin just a few moments ago. There's 8 swimmers in there right now, all attempting to beat that one. A couple of them at preliminary times that could do it. Grace Hager in lane number 1. Catherine Carr's in lane number 2. She's right now near the lead. Libby Price in lane number 3. Gabby Green also right there in the lead. We saw her get that A time earlier along with Lauren McCall. They are right next to each other again, just as they were in that previous race. Libby Cook in lane number 6. Esther Borgmeyer swam very well earlier in lane number 7. And Lauren Stein. But right now, front running here in this one, it's Gabby Green, followed closely in behind by Carr and McCall. It's anybody's choice for second place. First one into the wall, 35.68. And this one is Green, so she's going to drop a second. That'll be good enough for the highest finish here in this one. And let's see, did she get that next best time? She gets the A time. A time for her as she comes in underneath that 36.69. Nice job for her. Second place in the heat in lane number 2 is Carr. Down at the bottom of your screen was Stein in lane number 3, followed by Borgmeyer in she was in lane number 8. She came in 3rd. Borgmeyer came in 4th in lane number 7. 5th and 6th were McCall and Cook in 5 and 6. 7th place in lane 3 was Libby Price, as she comes in just under her previous best time by .05. And then rounding things out, Grace Hager in lane number 1. Nice job to all those young ladies as they achieve some time standards. Edward Wolf in event 32. Well, he'll be coming up in heat number 1. He'll be in our next event. He gets a nice shout out. Go Mom, Dad, and Alexa watching at home. Also Aunt Megan, Thomas, and Amelia watching. Go Lauren, love Mom. That's from Shannon McCall. Go Gracie and go Esther. That's for Anaya Sethi. Amy Wolf, go Edward. He'll be in that next heat. Go Lauren. That's from Nicole Du Bois. Auntie Nicole is cheering, and go Lauren from Grace. Got some shout-outs on the phone line as well here. Want to see great swim to Kylie Montgomery, from Allison and Josh in Florida. Go Gabby. And Riley Ryder and Bentley watching you boys swim fantastic. Wish we were there. Go, 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 Granny and Papa. Always great to hear from the grandparents. Great to hear from the brothers and sisters. We've had folks from all over the country so far. We also had one, if I remember correctly, from the Philippines already this morning. Let's see if we can't get somebody from Europe, maybe a South American entry. You're on similar time zones, so you won't be up late or too early in the morning. Coldest temperature on record here this morning thus far was under a -30 wind chill in North Dakota. So our hearts go out to those folks as well, as we know they will likely not be going outside today. All right, here we go. Big time as we enter the boys' 50-yard backstroke. 1 of 7 heats. We've got 3 youngsters in this one. It'll be Griffin Beasley in lane number 3. He's an 8-year-old for Parkway. His 2 teammates are 9 years old. They're both from Parkway. It's Edward Wolf, who got those shout-outs a moment ago, and Colby Bricker, lane number 5. Again, this is a down and back, 1 full lap of the pool. These three youngsters all looking to establish their first ever competitive time. They've completed this stroke in practice many times. Some of them will touch the wall. Some of them may attempt the flip turn. We'll see. Clean touch, they go back the other way. Right now, with about a half a body length lead, is Edward Wolf. He's channeling that shout out he got a moment ago. For these young men, of course, they compete for those time standards in that 10 and under category. 47-49 is the established B time. But these youngsters, these are the 8 and 9 year olds, and you know what? Anything is good for them. Grandpa saying, go Parker Robick. He'll be coming up in just a moment in heat number 5. His mom, Vicky, down on the pool deck timing today, as she was last night. So, first one in that heat after a soft touch. Griffin Beasley touches nicely. I believe Wolf got first, but Colby Brooker, judging by the scoreboard, that may be a little off there on your screen. But nice times for all those young men, right around that 1 minute mark. There'll be 5 competitors in this one, all in the middle of the pool. Starting in lane number 3 with Sam Becker from Parkway. He's a 10-year-old Rockwood in that yellow cap. That's Owen Locke. He's an 8-year-old in lane number 4. Brighton Shattuck, Parkway swimmer in lane number 5, 9 years old. And in lanes 6 and 7, Max Becker and Ben Hadfield. And they're Parkway swimmers, 10 years old right now. Max Becker taking an early lead in this one. We'll get a couple more of those shout-outs in a minute. I might be a little bit behind, so my apologies. Go Chris Luckner. Mom and Dad are cheering, so that'll be coming up here in a moment. Right now in this one, it's lanes number 3 and 6. Those are the Becker boys. Sam's in 3 and Max in 6. First one to the wall will be Max was first. He touches at 48.56. Nice job for him. 51.18 just in behind him for Sam. Nice job to those two young brothers. And they are just off of that B time. Third place in the heat, lane number 4 is Locke, followed by Hadfield and Shattuck, rounding things out in lane number 5. Some shout-outs here. Go to the Becker twins. Well, they just did you proud, Debbie. She was cheering them on. Go Parker. That's from Colby and Peyton. Megan says go Edward. Nice swim. Nice work, Lauren Stein. Go, Lauren. There's a couple shout-outs we're a little late on. And go Edward. Uncle Matthew saying howdy. Amy Wolf saying go Edward as well. So we just got all those in. But again, the Becker twins channeling that shout-out from Debbie Bertram's as they come in 1 and 2 right next to each other, the twins. Showing their quality in that one. Now we start to get into some established times here in this one. Full pool now, lanes 1 through 8, top of the screen, bottom of your screen. Evan Droskowski, he's in lane 1. Jack Markham's in lane 2. Henry Samet's in lane 3, and Max Montgomery's in lane 4. All 4 of those swimmers are 8 years old. Parker Robick is a 5-year-old, he's a 7-year-old in lane 5, and we got the shout-outs from his brothers and sisters who also swim for Parkway and Grandma and Grandpa. Thehan Marshall, he's an 8-year-old from Rockwood in lane 6. Christian Harrison, lane 7, just a 6-year-old. And Benjamin Salah in lane 8. He is an 8-year-old. Right now, lanes 3 and 4, it's Samet Montgomery, a couple of 8 years old. And we saw Samet a couple of moments ago. Again, he's from the east side of the river, Metro East. And he is going to be second one to touch here, just in behind Max Montgomery. Montgomery came in at 51.03. He's going to come out at 48.02, 48.35. That was a very close one in that one. As they look to get under that time, they just missed that B time. Third place in the heat, lane number 6 is Marshall, followed by Parker Robick in lane number 4, the 7-year-old. He's in 4th place in lane number 5. Lane number 2 in 5th place is Markham. 6th place goes to Salah, and then Harrison in 7th. Rounding things out is Droskowski. All these youngsters doing well, dropping or just right around their previous best times. Salah dropping 6 seconds almost on his own. All right, let's go, Evan. That's from Greg Seeger. Let's go, William, from Nicole Grawl. Mike says hi. Go, Walt. That's from his big bro, Harry. That's Katie Pendleton chiming in. And Dan Grawl says, let's go, William. Well, Walt Pendleton, he'll be in lane number 1. Just got that shout out. Got a scratch in lanes number 2 and 4. Lane 3 is Cameron Wellick. He swam well earlier and last night. William Grawl in lane number 5. He's getting those shout outs right now. He's got a slight little lead over Abram Shank, and Abram will be the first one to touch the wall going back the other way. Zachary Tixon, he's in lane 7. Shout outs earlier for him, and then Chris Luckner just gave us some shout outs. Go Abram, that's from Deborah Strom. Good job, Christian, fastest 6-year-old in the meet. That's correct. That's from Mary Liston. Go William, that's from Mimi. And women, yay Abram, that's from Aaron Shank. Louise and Mom cheering in the car. First one in to the wall. Lane number 6 will be Abram Shank. 43.81 for him. That is a solid B time. He drops almost 6 seconds off of his previous best. Second and third place in the heat were Wellick and Grawl also with that B time. So congratulations to them. Fourth place in the heat, Chris Luckner. Fifth place coming in is Tixon, followed by Pendleton up in lane number 1. So nice job to all these youngsters. Very fast swims for them. Get a couple of B times established as well. Let's go Tyson Brooks. Crush it, big guy. That's from Dad. Let's go Bentley and Ryder. Cheering for you. That's from big brother Riley. They jump in the pool now for this next heat. Go Ty. Davis boys are cheering you on. A lot of shout outs for him. Ryan Shallum will be in lane number 1. Cyrus Zahi is in lane number 2. Andrew Spencer in lane 3. Adric Bextermuller in lane 4. Andy Wan in lane 5. Tyson Brooks in lane 6. Got a shout out a moment ago. Mahir Patel in lane 7. And then Parker Schultz in lane number 8. My apologies. Lane number 5 is vacated, so Andy not here today. And lane number 2 also Cyrus. Early start in Hawaii, but wouldn't miss it watching Tyson swim. Love Uncle Josh and Aunt Mel. So there you go from Hawaii. So the opposite of that North Dakota temperature. Go Parker from Uncle Denois and Aunt Allie. Let's go Mahir. Parker Schultz, love you from Delaware. Tyson, go Uncle Jesse. Go Ty. Billy is cheering you on, Tyson. Go Tyson. Well, Tyson's getting a lot of shout-outs. First one to the wall in lane number 6 will, in fact, be Tyson Brooks. 44.40 for him, and that will pull him just short of the double B time, but nonetheless a solid B time for him. So he comes in first in the heat. All those shout-outs propel him with the energy. Closely in behind in second place, just a half a second off in lane number 3 was Andrew Spencer. Third place in the heat in lane 7 was Patel. Fourth in lane number 1 was Shallum. Lane number 4, Bextermuller came in 5th, and then rounding things out, Parker Schultz in lane number 8. So nice swims across the board. A couple of B times it's achieved as well. Now, heat number 6. No one in lane number 2 or lane number 5. Ryan Blom will be in lane number 1. All these swimmers in this event have a B time already. He's a 9-year-old from Parkway. Bentley Lewis and Ryder Lewis, the brothers, in lanes 3 and 4. Bentley just 8, Ryder 10. Colin Mozzie, he is in lane 6. Lane number 10-year-old, who's from Parkway. Grayson Langdon is in lane number 7 from Parkway. He's a 9-year-old. And Mitchell Stanley in lane number 8 from Parkway, the 10-year-old. Right now, Mozzie taking the early lead. We saw him swim well last night. Got a nice shout out from the old ball coach, Gary Kornfeld, for him last night. And right now, I bet he's watching. As young Colin looks to come into the wall. He's trying to drop that on his previous best time. He's going to do that. He'll shatter that. Comes in at 42.12, 4 seconds off his previous best time for that young man. And that'll get him that double B time. He drops under the double B time of 42.29. Nice accomplishment, young man. Second place in that heat in lane number 7 was Langdon, followed in lane number 4 by Ryder Lewis. Lane 8, Stanley comes in 4th place. Bentley Lewis, just an 8-year-old. He'll get that 5th place at 48.98. Just off of that B time for him. He had already achieved that. And then rounding things out, Ryan Blom in lane number 1 as he drops almost a half a second. So great job there. Go Ryan Blom from Bentley. Go Gray. Abby Sapp. Go Grayson from Deborah Strom. Let's go Ryder. Swim. Nice swim, Ben. Proud of you. Love Mom. Here we come. Final heat. We've got an 8 time already in this one. We'll tell you about in a moment as Henry Price will start things off in lane number 1. Graham Hall in lane number 2, followed by Trey Cottle in lane number 3. Caleb Opal, he's got an 8 time already. He is in lane number 4 right now. He is significantly behind William Zhang, who's really stretching things out in that gold cap. Young William, 38-38 coming in. He's looking to go under 35 here. Logan Adkins in lane 6, Evan Saget in lane 7, and Luke Bauer in lane 8. What a time there, 34-22 for Zhang. Fastest time of the afternoon, followed in behind there at 36-28 as he drops off a half a second is Caleb Opal from Parkway. 3rd place in this one at 36-47 with a nice 2-second drop. In lane 3 is Cottle, followed in lane 6, in 4th place, Logan Adkins. 5th place in lane 2 was Hal Graham. 6th place in lane number 8 was Luke Bauer. 7th and 7 was Saget. And in 8th place at 44-27, right on his previous time, Henry Price. He hit it right on the head. But nice achievements from a couple of those young men as they come in with a couple of A times right now for Zhang and Opal as Zhang drops and goes low and gets that A time. Number of double Bs recorded across the circuit as well, but everyone in there had an established time as they get it. Well, let's go Ryan Blom. I think we got everybody on that one. Bentley, tell Coach Mike said hi. All right, there you go on the text line. Here we go now. 100-yard butterfly. This is a very difficult strokes for these youngsters. This one's all about power and strength. Requires some technique, no doubt, but really the younger kids who have that stronger upper body and core are the ones that really do well in this stroke at this age. And right now, these are 9 and 10-year-olds here. 6 swimmers in the event. Ellery Mueller, she's in lane 2. She's from Rockwood, just a 9-year-old. Lillian Palish from Parkway and Aubrey Zirkelbach from Rockwood, a couple of 10-year-olds in 3 and 4. Addison Hauer, she's a 9-year-old Parkway swimmer in lane 5. Jane Muirhead is in lane number 6. She's a 10-year-old from Rockwood. And then Gabby Green in lane number 7, the 9-year-old. Right now she's front running. She has no established time in this one. 1:53.99 is the B time. She is well under that right now. In fact, she may be going for an A time if she keeps up this pace. She's got great technique, keeping the head down. A lot of power from this young lady. Entertaining to watch this youngster do it. She's doing double strokes at different times. She's holding her breath. She's practiced this well. And young Gabby Green right now, she's looking to go under the double B time of 1:39.09. She's on pace to do that right now, folks. Her first time out of the chute. Wouldn't that be something? Middle of the pool in lanes 4 and 6 right now. It's Zirkelbach and Muirhead. They're in second place. They're battling for it. Well, let me tell you something about this youngster that's in there right now, Gabby Green. She said, I'm going to bypass the double B. I'm going to go right for the A time. Let's see if she's able to get it. Lane number 7, Gabby Green, 1:20.67. Young lady, you just got an A time. Way to go. She comes right out, never having swam this in a competitive event before. She drops in and just off of the double A time by just a little over a second. Nice job. Second place in the heat goes to Muirhead. Muirhead at 1:36.71. Nice job for her as she will come in with a double B time. Zirkelbach just in behind her at 1:38.08. She drops significant time as well. Lane number 4, Lillian Palish. 140.75. She just off of that double B time. She'll get a solid B time to start her career off in this race. Addison Howard, 149. She dropped significant time. In fact, she drops 22 seconds to get that B time as well. So lots of great drops here in this one. And then rounding things out in lane number 2 is Ellery Mueller. And we got Ingrid Collins. She's saying, woohoo, Chloe Belden. She's cheering for you from London. Way to go. Now, that could be London, Missouri. Could be New London, Missouri. But I'm thinking it's London, England, if they're saying just London. But we don't know. We don't know what's going on there, but we'll take it for what it's worth. All right, let's go, Gabby, from your little sister, Gracie. Always fun to see the youngsters chiming in. See if we've got all the competitors in there. We heard PA announcer Blair Porter calling. Make sure we get that full slate. This is not an easy event for these youngsters. Really, you get to be 11, 12 years old, you start to get enough muscle to do this one. But all right, let's go, Julia. That's from Francesca. Julia's going to be in lane number 8. That's Julia Bucci. But it'll be Chloe Bellin. We saw her swim well earlier here. She's the 9-year-old from Rockwood. She's in lane number 1. Esther Borgmeyer also been strong here, as has Lauren Stein. They're in lanes 2 and 3. Libby Price, middle of the pool. She's in the front lead right now, the 10-year-old from Parkway. Katie Kraus right next to her in lane 5, and Livy Cook in lane number 6. Those are several 10-year-olds. Alina Bextemuller in lane 7, and Bucci in lane number 8. Aunt Giorgio, Bucci, go Julia from Italy. There we go, folks. Now we're starting to round it out. Let's see if we can get those people to subscribe as well from abroad, as Libby Price, heck of a time for her at 38.87. Her previous best is 124.91. She's going to shatter that if she stays on this pace. Time to beat right now, 120.67. But I want to tell you what, young Libby Price right now showing all of her quality. She is pushing through this one, and she is a good 3 body lengths ahead of everyone else. But look at Borgmeyer up there in lane number 2 coming on strong. Also lane number 5, it's Kraus right there with her. Right now, both of these young ladies, all 3 of those young ladies pushing the envelope. Borgmeyer coming on strong. She has really sped it up here a little bit. Price, again, looking to go under 124. Let's see if she can do it.
Heat 1, Heat 2, Heat 3. Report to the bullpen.
Libby Price going to come in at 124.38. Well, her brother hit his right on the nose earlier, her twin brother, and she does almost the same thing. She does drop a half a second, so way to go to Libby in that one. Coming in second place in the heat at 126 with a significant drop of 16 seconds, over 16 and a half seconds is Esther Borgmeyer. Third in the heat, Lauren Stein, 132.49, a 5-second drop for her. Kraus comes in 4th. Cook comes in 5th. Alina Bextermuller comes in 6th in the heat. Chloe Bellin in lane number 1 will finish 7th, and Julia Bucci will drop 2 seconds and finish 8th in the heat. Nice job to all of those young ladies as they battled in that one. Yeah, I think I got something wrong earlier. I think I said earlier that Gabby Green got the A time. She got a B time. So double B time. My apologies for that when I was looking at the actual wrong piece. But several double B times as Libby Price gets that B time. She beats it by .01. So congratulations. Oh, you know what? I'm, again, looking at the wrong thing. These charts, I'm too old to try and read charts. Libby Price just off of that A time by just a little less than a third of a second. As we go into the boys, we'll get these youngsters here in just a moment. But she gave it her all, so she'll stay with that double B time. So it was, in fact, an A time for Gabby Green earlier. So my apologies. B time for Julia, and that's right. She did great in that event. All those swimmers really, really turning in great times. Now, 2 swimmers here in this 100 fly for these young men before we get to that 50 free.
10 and under, 50 yards.
Chris Luckner in lane number 4. Tehan Marshall in lane number 5. Both swim for Rockwood. Luckner is 9. Marshall is 8. Marshall right now a little bit out ahead. He does not have an established time. Luckner came in with a preliminary time of 2:12.86. Go, Chris, go. That's from Grandma and Grandpa. And they are watching from Minnesota, so got to be cold there as well. Go, Chris Luckner. We're cheering. That's Mom and Dad. You know, he's doing well right now. He's going to go well under his previous time, it looks like. Again, this stroke takes a lot of power, a lot of muscle, core power, upper body strength. You got to use that kick. All those elements come into play here just to get it through for these youngsters. Again, you're looking at 8 and 9-year-olds in the pool here right now. First one to the wall, 101.86. Uh, 154, I'm sorry, 154.06, and that will be just off of the 8 time. 209.58, so a nice 3-second drop for Luckner as well. And that's what you want to look at with these youngsters. Are they improving? Had some nice conversations with some parents this morning. You know, at this young age, none of them are going to the Olympics yet, folks. What we want to see is them improve. We want to see them smile when they get out of the pool. We want to see them take the instructions from their coaching and listen to it and all those types of items. That's really the joy of this as a parent as we watch these youngsters, really the improvements, the smiles, the fun, all that kind of stuff. Go Lauren Stein. That's from Andy Stein. We had her just a heat ago. Full slate here, 8 swimmers, top to bottom of your screen. Lane number 1 down to lane number 8. Jackson Kopis, he's in lane number 1, swimming without a cap here in this one. He said, you know what, I can go faster without it, so here I go. He's out there in lane number 1, the Rockwood 9-year-old. Rockwood 10-year-old Daniel Sattler, he's in lane number 2. Mason Mollering, lane 3 from Parkway, came in at 123.67. Right now he's competing with William Zhang. Zhang, really a speedster in that previous event. He ran away with the event. As he'll touch the wall, it'll be Zhang, followed by Mollering and Strom, Cole Strom in lane number 5. Caleb Oppel, he's in lane number 6. He's a 10-year-old from Parkway. He's a fast speedster as well. We saw him do well early this morning. Logan Adkins, he's in lane 7 from Rockwood, just 9 years old. And then Henry Price down here in lane number 8. He's the 10-year-old from Parkway. He hit his previous best time in that breaststroke right on the number. Right now it's Zhang and Strom in lanes 4 and 5. They came in with the 2 fastest times. That's where they're at right now. But right now it's Strom coming up on Zhang. Folks, this one's coming right down to it. They're going to go inside the flags. It's Strom and Zhang. Strom in 5, Zhang in 4. Who's going to be the first one with the touch? It's going to be Strom. Strom will just out-touch Zhang. 1:18.53. He'll drop 2 seconds. Zhang just a little off his previous best time at 1:18.64. It came right down to it, folks. What an exciting finish. They'll finish 1 and 2 in the event. Third place in the heat, Mollering, he comes in at 1:23.29, so he's going to drop almost a half a second there in that one. Nice job to those young men. 4th place in the heat, lane number 6 was Oppel. 5th place in the heat in lane 7 was Adkins. 6th and 7th were Sattler and Kopis. Rounding things out is Price. So nice swim to all those young men in that 100 fly. That was 1:18.53's solid A times for those 2 front runners. And that 1:23.29 just off the A time, but a double B time for Mason Mollering. All right. Now, strap it in. Here's what we got. Go, Sissy, go, Mimi and Papa. That's for Debbie Bertrams. That's for Lighton. Go, Mason and Cole. That's Abby Sapp. Giving them a shout-out. Let's go, Hannah from Bethany Meisinger. Let's go, Lauren Stein. Got that one a moment ago. But strap it in, folks, because these are going to go fast. Even at this young age, this is the 50 freestyle. This is the pure sprint. We've got 7 heats here for these young ladies. They're going to come out. They're going to compete. They're going to get out of the pool and be right back in. So let's go, Bridges. Bring the ruckus. That's from Sean Devine. Bethany Meisinger saying, let's go, Hannah. First heat, none of these young ladies will have an established previous time. Some of them swimming it competitively. Well, they're all swimming it competitively for the first time. Some of them do it in summer swim, but now they move up from that 25 now to the 50. Full lap of the pool. Full in now, lanes 2 through 7. It'll be Jillian Clark, the 8-year-old from Parkway in lane number 2. It'll be Chloe Cook in lane 3 from Rockwood, a 9-year-old. 2 more 9-year-olds. It's Bridget Devine in lane 4 and Bailey German in lane 5. That's Parkway and Rockwood, respectively. Parkway 9-year-old Clara Becker in lane 6, and then Lighton Timmerman, lane number 7. She's just 7 years old. Go Hannah Meisinger. That's from the Blom family. They're proud of you. Go Hannah. Swim hard. Go Bridget. That's from Courtney Hunter. McKenna says, go Hannah. Go Bridget. Bring the ruckus. We said that one a minute ago. And right now, front running here in this one, in lane number 5, is Bailey German. And she's going to come in with a nice time of just under 44 seconds. Actually, 40. Well, she got a soft touch, but she was first in the heat, no doubt. Lane number 3, Lexi Cook at 44.91. Followed in behind her by Claire Becker at 51.52. Divine, 51.74. All good times for these young ladies. Timmerman, and then, Clark, then Timmerman again. Bailey did get first place in that heat. She had a soft touch and did not register in the manner that she wanted it to. All right. Here we go now. A couple of swimmers without a previous time. They're on the outsides. That's Aline Gia and Claire Spiegel. Both of them 10 years old. Both swim for Parkway. Lanes number 3 and 6 are vacated here in this one. We've got Meisinger in lane 2. Sydney Rakers in lane 4. Riley Ayers in lane 5. Amelia Reese in lane 7. And again on the outsides in 1 and 8 are Gia and Spiegel. Go swim. Good swim, Clara. Good job, Chloe. That's from Matthew Cook and Andrew Cook. Thank you so much for announcing and bringing us the pictures. Thanks to Kevin for all the hookup. Go, Chloe. Go, Amelia, Mom and Dad. Good luck, Aline. Again, these are going to go fast, so we'll try and work those in as best we can. First two now in lanes number 1 and 7 in this one. It'll be Gia and Reese, and Reese will just out-touch her at 41.75, 42.05 up in lane number 1. So nice swims for those two young ladies. Just off of that time, 38.89. That is the B time that these young ladies are trying to get. Third place in the heat in lane 8 was Spiegel. Fourth place in the heat in lane 5 was Ayers, followed closely behind by Rakers. And then rounding things out, well, that's all of them. No. Hannah Meisinger coming in here. Sure will round things out. Just the 8-year-old. She is getting through it. Again, you look at the size of some of these youngsters, and moms and dads, I'm going to tell you right now, having been through this now for the last several years with my own kids, they're going to grow at different rates, and you're going to see tremendous improvements. The key is to make it fun for them. Well, go Sydney Rakers. Love Aunt Mackie from Chicago and Grandpa from Florida. Nice to see you chiming in. Go Emmy from little bro Ethan. Great swims, Hammer. Way to go, Josie. Swim fast, Lillian. We love you. Mimi and Papa. I'll get you this list here in a moment.
Event 38.
Lanes 1 through 7. All these swimmers have established times. Vivian Borgmeyer in lane number 1. Evie McDowell in lane number 2. Lillian Timmerman in lane number 3, just an 8-year-old. Lane number 4 is Emmy Rye. All those swimmers are from Parkway. Rockwood's Abby Woolbridge is in lane number 5. Emma DeBosch in 6th. And Heat's Josephine Gettemeyer in lane 7. First one to the wall, and this one will be Evie McDowell. She's a 10-year-old. She'll come in at 42.28. Time to beat so far, 41.75. From Reese a moment ago. Second in the heat in lane number 3 was Timmerman, followed by Rye in lane number 4. Gedemeyer, DeBosch, Wooldridge, and Borgmeyer. That's how we'll round things out here in this one. 8 swimmers up on the blocks here in this one. Lane number 1 through lane number 8. Lucy Fox for Parkway in lane 1. Kylie Morrison, the 7-year-old from Rockwood in lane 2. Erica Shin, she is in lane 3 from Parkway. Her fellow Parkway teammates, Aviana Ganem, Lucia Wires, and Audrey Barnes, the 8-year-olds in lane 4, 5, and 6. Hadley Morrison is in 7th from Rockwood, just an 8-year-old also. And then Alexa Sikorsky in lane number 8 from Parkway. Go Aviana for your family. So proud of you. Go Avi. Go Erica from Aiden, Noah, Hannah, Mom, and Dad. All of them getting that shout out. Go Kylie and Hadley. Right now, middle of the pool, lane number 4. It's Aviana Ganem. She came in with a previous time of 43.48. She'll shatter that one if she touches the wall here at 40.25. That'll be the fastest time so far here today. Nice job for her. A couple of soft touches there on the wall. Not really sure how they came in exactly, but nonetheless, they've got them listed up on the wall as Shin, Barnes, and Wires, followed by Sikorsky, and then Fox. You've got Morrison, Kylie, and Hadley also mixing it in there, the 8 and 7-year-olds respectively. But 40 seconds, 40.25 seconds is the time to beat now. Now we start to get in some faster times, and some of the girls jump in. It'll be Ting Sing Zhao, the 8-year-old from Rockwood, and her fellow 8-year-old teammate, Abby Cook, in lane 1 and 2. Addison Lehman and Abby McGuire are both 10-year-olds from Rockwood. They're in lane 3 and 4. Abby Ross is a 9-year-old from Rockwood, and her teammate, Julia Bucci, is an 8-year-old from Rockwood. Sadie Patterson and Aubrey Zirkelback, they are 10-year-olds from Rockwood. Right now, middle of the pool. Lane number 5, it's Ross. She looks to have the fastest 50 so far. Let's see if she's going to go under 40. She will touch an under 40 at well, we've got a missed time on there. They're saying 20:33 in lane number 7. Somebody touched the pad really quick. That would be the Olympic time. But at 38:74 in that heat for Ross, as she comes in under that B cut. So nice job for Abby Ross. Again, not really sure how that all rounded out. Somebody mistouching, and so I'm not really sure of the standings. We'll try and get those. You can always check out Meet Mobile, folks, and get those stands. Go Bryn, that's from Sarah Ann Monaco. Go Aubrey from Nancy Davis. Swim Hard Addison. We'll remind everybody now, if you're coming on out to drop your kids off, come on in. When you check your kids in, you can purchase a Parkway sticker. This is for the Parkway parents, a car magnet. They've got them at the table. Tell you how to do it. You can do it via cash. You can do it with Venmo. Check that out at the check-in table when you come in. And if you're volunteering, you can do that as well. Here we are in this heat now. It's Anna Irwin in lane 1, Kelly Stricker in 2, Kate Wagner in 3, Kylie Montgomery, she's got a B time in lane 4, and she will be the first one in this heat to come to the wall. Addison Howard in 6, Ellery Miller in lane 7, and Chloe Bellin in lane 8. And it will be at 35:02. Nice time for Montgomery, Kylie Montgomery. She drops 3 seconds in that previous one, and now she has just come in with the first double B time of the day. Number of B times also in that one. In second place in lane 8 was Bellin. Third place in lane 6 was Howard. Both of those are B times. Fourth place in the heat was Haberstrom, followed in behind by Irwin, Miller, and Wagner. All right. Last heat of this one now. We've got a number of very fast times, including an A time, or someone going for the A time here in this one, and that's McCall in the middle. Right now, she's well out ahead of everybody else. It's Lauren Stein in lane number 1, Catherine Carr in lane number 2, Eleni Baxter-Mueller in lane 3. It's Lauren McCall, we mentioned her a moment ago, in lane 4, Libby Cook in 5, Jane Muirhead in 6, Grace Hager in 7, and Lillian Palish in lane number 8. And McCall now, she's looking to go low. She came in at 30:59, and she'll go out at 31:31, just off her previous best time. Still well established in that A range. Excuse me, she was going for the double A. She was just off the double A coming in, so she has that A time coming in, and she maintains it. Rest of the way we go in this one, it'll be Carr in second place. Very fast time of 33:20 for that young lady, as that's in the double B range. And anything under 35 19 is a B, so all the way up through 5th place in this one. 3rd place in the heat, coming in lane number 5 was Cook. 4th place in the heat in lane number 7 was Grace Hager, again with that double B time. 5th place in the heat in lane number 1 was Lauren Stein. 6th in the heat in lane number 6 was Muirhead. 7th in lane 3 was Bexton-Mueller, and then Palish. So that's how we round things out. Some more A times being achieved there. Now we're going to go to the boys. This will round things out for the morning, folks. Again, we got about 5 more minutes of swimming, and then we'll get a break until we go to the 11 and 12-year-olds. So you have to log off. You get to go to the bathroom, take a break, get a snack, maybe go out and run a couple miles in the cold weather. I can tell you right now, those folks in North Dakota, if they were in St. Louis, they'd be outside partying. Near minus 40 wind chills there. We're just at a measly 2 degrees here. Clark, Kylie, and Max Montgomery swim. Love Uncle Josh. Good to see him chiming in. We love to see the aunts and uncles. We love to see them subscribe as well. We got to get over 650 by the end of this session, folks. Folks, if you're out there in London, if you're out there in Hawaii, make sure you subscribe to the Parkway page. We're waiting for a couple more youngsters. One of the things about these youngsters, they're very used to having somebody lead them through. And in this one, we can't do it due to COVID. Due to the COVID precautions, we can't do that. So now they got to make sure that everybody gets to the block a little bit differently, especially with the little ones. We know this as parents. They got to be led sometimes handheld. Megan says, go, Edward. We're cheering for you hard. Go, Edward. Love Grandma and Grandpa. That's from Amy Wolf. So here we go. It's Edward Wolf. He's going to be in lane number 3. He is up there at the block. Let's see. We're missing a couple. I think we're missing a couple of swimmers. But young Edward is up there. So Edward's up there in lane 3. Also in lane 5, we'll have Dexter Wong. A couple of scratches here in this one. So it'll be just 2 competitors. No time established for either one of these two. Edward is 9. He's in lane 3. And Dexter is 10 in lane number 5. Balmy -6 in Minneapolis. So go Griffin. That's from Christopher Geeson. Well, again, we don't envy you, Christopher. But thanks for the note. David Wolf says, we're still watching, and we love you. Mom, Dad, and Alex. See if you can channel that a little bit. Is that 50 free for the young boys? 38:09 is that fast B time. Double B time, 34:49. So Edward getting a lot of shout-outs here in his first ever 50 freestyle in a competitive event. He's going to try and go under 55, which would be a great time in that first time ever. He will do it 51:47. So nice job to young Edward. Soft touch just in behind him, though, was Wang, probably around 53 seconds. All right. Second heat. Let's see if they bring the heat here in this one. Bit of an anomaly at a swim meet, but we've got 8 youngsters getting up on the blocks. Not a single one of them wearing a swim cap. They're saying, hey, I feel the need for speed. They don't need it. Little daredevils, what we have up there right now. Starting off in lane number 1, it's Sam Becker from Parkway, a 10-year-old. Then we've got 3 9-year-olds all from Parkway, Colby Bricker, Brighton Shattuck, and Walt Pendleton in lanes 2, 3, and 4. The 8-year-old from Parkway is Griffin Beasley in lane number 5, and there's a fellow 8-year-old, Benjamin Salah, in lane number 6 from Rockwood. And then a couple of 10-year-olds, Max Becker and Ben Hadfield in lanes number 7 and 8. Go Benjamin Salah from Argentina. All right, Marcella, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Right now, first 2 look like they're coming down to the wall. Max Becker in lane 7 and Sam Becker in lane number 1. Who's going to get it? It looks like Sam might just out-touch Max. He will. 42:75 for him. Nice job for young Sam. Just off of that B time of 38:09. Third place in the heat in that one, lane number 6 was Salah. So nice job. Got that shout out, got that extra boost of energy. Pendleton comes in 4th. Lane number 2, Colby Bricker will come in 5th. 6th place down in lane number 8 was Ken Hadfield. 7th place in lane 3 was Shattuck. Rounding things out is Beasley in lane number 5. All right, heat number 3. Looks like we've got a late swimmer here. He wasn't quite ready with his goggles now. Lane number 2 vacated here in this one. Christian Harrison will be in lane number 1. He is our youngest competitor, just a 6-year-old from Rockwood. Coming out strong. He's going against the big boys now. He jumps in lane number 1. Ryan Shallum, a 10-year-old from Parkway, in lane 3. Tion Marshall in lane 4 from Rockwood, an 8-year-old. All these following competitors are 8 years old. Max Montgomery from Parkway. Jack Markham in lane 6 from Rockwood. Rockwood's Evan Drozkowski in lane number 7, and Owen Lauk in lane number 8, all for Rockwood. Middle of the pool now, lane number 5. That's Montgomery. He has about a quarter of a body length lead over Marshall, just barely. All 8-year-olds doing battle there for that first place trophy. How about the young 6-year-old up in lane number 1, Christian Harrison, pushing the envelope. First one to the wall, 42.76. In this one will be Montgomery. That'll be just off the fastest time. 42.75 was the fastest time previously by Sam Becker. So a couple young 8-year-olds coming up. Owen Locke taking an extra swim here. He's getting a little workout in. Coaches say, hey, you know what? You can use the other pool to do that. Shout out to Parkway for leading the way for the virtual setup. No problem, Cheney Hegeman. Thanks to Sarah Ann Monaco. She subscribed all the way from abroad. Go William Grawl. Love you. Favorite little sis, Katie. You got this, Parker Schultz. That's from the Nolhoffs. Couple more. Go Chris Luckner. Mom and Dad are cheering. Go Bentley. Whoop, whoop. Heat in the house. Go Tyson, your little sister Lucy. All right. Lane number 1 vacated here in this heat. So we're going to go with Andrew Spencer in lane number 2. Bentley Lewis in lane 3. Got that shout out. So did William Grawl. He's in lane 4. Parker Schultz got a shout out. He's in lane 5. Adric Bextermuller is in lane 6. Zachary Tixon, he's in lane 7. And Parker Robick in lane number 8, just a 7-year-old. So lane 6 and 8 are a couple of 7-year-olds here in this one. Right now, top of the screen, Andrew Spencer. He's leading the heat. 38.09 is that B time. 34.49 is the double B time. He's going to get that B time. Will he? Oh, just off of it. 38.20. Well, it looked like he might have it. What these coaches will teach these youngsters as they get older is how to finish. They will teach them how to finish and touch that wall. So Grandma Joe Schultz says, go Parker, go Zachary, turn and burn. From the parking lot, it's Eric Dixon. So a lot of folks just hanging out. They know these youngsters, they don't want them coming out of the building and wondering where the heck they can go. We almost had our first B time, though, just off of it. Nice job by Spencer. Followed in behind. Lane 3 was Lewis. Third place in the heat was Robick in lane number 8 at 42.22. He drops a second. Schultz and Grawl, then Bextermuller and Tixon. All right, a couple of vacant lanes here in this one in lane 6 and lane 8. Lane number 1, that's Abram Shank. Lane 2 is Mahir Patel. Lane 3 is Tyson Brooks. Henry Price in lane 4. Cameron Wellick in lane 5. And Ryder Lewis in lane 7. Right now, top of the screen, it's Abram Shank, the 9-year-old. Previous best time in this one was 38 flat. That was Henry Price. He is in lane number 4. He has that double B time coming in. Right now, these swimmers are all going to go under that double B time. A lot of them are. First one in, 35.88. That turned in by Shank, and he is just off of the double B time, but solid B time. Second place in the heat in lane number 3 was Brooks at 36.49. Price comes in. He maintains that B time. He drops time at 37.37. Or excuse me, it was Wellick just in front of him at 37.36 by .01. And then followed in behind by Patel and Lewis. But several B times right there in that one nice job to all those young men for achieving those times. Moving up the rankings a little bit. Heat number 6 now. Lane number 2 is vacated, but Chris Luckner's in lane number 1, a 9-year-old from Rockwood. Rockwood swimmer Jacob Corbett in lane number 3. He's a 10-year-old. Parkway's Grayson Langdon in lane 4. Dothresh Colley in lane number 5. He's an 8-year-old for Rockwood. Ryan Blom in lane 6. Colin Mozzie in lane 7. And Henry Samet in lane number 8 from Edwardsville. Fastest preliminary time in this one, 35.84 from Langdon. He is in lane 4. Right now, fastest to the wall. Looks like it's going to be in lane 7, Mozzie, who's having a really good swimming. He'll come in at 35.42, and he will be just off of that double B time, but it will be the fastest time so far here this afternoon. A number of single B times across the board as well. All those youngsters had that single B coming in, and they'll maintain it. And just missing the double B is Mozzie as he wins the heat. Way to go, Tyson Brooks. Uncle Jesse giving a shout out. We've got a number of texts here that we got to catch up on the phone. Let's go, Ty. Bring the heat. Go, Ryder. Whoop, whoop. Rocket Abram. That's from Grandma. Go, Chris Luckner. Grandma's cheering. All right, here we go. Final heat. These are the real speedsters now. Coming out in this one, lane number 4 is the fastest one coming in. That's Opal, and he's been a fast swimmer all weekend long. He came in at 30.84. He wants to go deeper than that. That is right now is an A time. Right now he's front running in lane number 1. Is he going to beat his previous time? It looks like he will at 30.17. So nice job for that young man. Well, we didn't get all the swimmers. It was Jackson Copus in lane 1, Trey Cottle in lane number 2. We'll get these laid off. Atkins in lane 3, Oppel we just talked about in lane 4, Dan Sattler in lane 5, Evan Saget in lane 6, Graham Hall in lane 7, and Mitchell Stanley in lane number 8. They finished in this order. Oppel in first place. Sattler came in with a 32.38. He will remain in that very strong position with that double B time. He's in second place. Third and fourth, respectively, were Saget and Hall as they come in at 34.11 and 34.33. They both dropped time in their previous, and that 34.33 for Hall brings them into that double B range. Fifth place in the heat at 34.43. 1/10 of a second behind, but in that double B range. Congratulations there in fifth place, and in lane 2 to Trey Cottle. Also, good swim there. Jackson Copus comes in 6th place. 7th place comes Stanley. And rounding things out, 35.36 in lane 3 was Atkins. So nice job across the board, but just missing that A time. A couple of swimmers after Caleb Oppel came in with the seed, and he got it, and he goes fast. So that'll round things out, folks. I'm a little bit tired. I need a drink and maybe get some fresh air for a couple of minutes. The youngsters are going to vacate the building. That'll allow the 11 and 12-year-olds to come in and get ready. They'll jump in. They'll do their warm-ups and get a break. So we're going to take a break. For my partner, Kevin Gersh, and all the volunteers here this morning who volunteered the time, who volunteered to put this meet on, we want to thank all of them, thank the coaches, and of course we want to thank all of you that watched, all of you that subscribed. Tell your friends, hey, maybe, you know what, you got nothing to do? Instead of watching some boring NHL game early in the season or an NBA game, which might be even more boring, and I love both sports. I'm a stick and ball guy. Tune in to some youth swimming. Let Kevin and I know you're out there watching. We appreciate it. And one more reminder, if you're coming in to pick up your child, stop by. If you're a Parkway parent, hey, even if you want a Parkway sticker or a magnet for your car, stop by the table. Get that magnet. Let everybody know. Give them a shout out. I got my Parkway shirt on today. Proud parent of the program, and of course I know the Rockwood parents, the Heat parents, Hannibal parents, all very proud of their swimmers as well, and we can't deny that. We love having them here. We're going to take a break. We'll come back in about 30 minutes or so with the next session. Until then, so long.